Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Saniksha Adnani. So today's tutorial is on this beautiful yellow look which I created using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, the volume 1 and the volume 2 palette. From the volume 1 palette, I just used one color. I've always loved the Morphe palettes. They're amazing and so reasonably priced. The colors and formulas Jaclyn has gone with in this palette are just fabulous. I don't think I have these colors in any of my other palettes. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Before moving ahead, if you've not subscribed yet, don't forget to press the red button. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna first wear my Hazel lenses. This is in Dahab. It's made in Korea. I'll mention the Instagram account below where you can get them. These lenses are so different than my other lenses, which are also in hazel color. This has got gray with hazel. I think I'm gonna wear these all the time now. They are amazing. They last for 6 months to 9 months depending on how good you take care of it and depending on how long you wear each day. I'm gonna start by moisturizing my face with this Olay whipped cream and the Olay under eye cream. I'm gonna add this all over my face. It's so lightweight, it's perfect to add it before adding foundation. So my lash went into my lenses which were bothering me so much and I poked my eye anyways. So now let's just get started. I've done my eyebrows. I used the Precisely My Brow by Beneift in the shade 4.5 and I concealed my eyelid with the Beneift Boiing concealer in shade number 5. I'm using this NARS face palette and there's a compact powder in that. Whenever you use concealer as an eyeshadow base, always remember to set it with a compact powder. I'm just tapping and applying all over my eye. So for today's look, I'm using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 and Volume 2 palette. From the Volume 1, I just need one color. I'm going to start by taking this brown shade on this MAC Dense Blending Brush and adding it to my crease in a windshield wiper motion. I'm going all the way to the inner corner, like on my nose, so my eyes look wider. Remember, this shade is pigmented, so go in layers. I'm adding this shade on my crease and the outer corner. I'm gonna add one more layer. So that's around 3 layers of this brown shade on my crease and the outer corner. Next, I'm cleaning the brush really well on a towel and I'm taking the shade G Money from Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette on the same blending brush and adding that shade right above the previous shade. Just blending out the edges. Just going back and forth and blending out the edges of the previous shade. Adding 2 layers of this. Each layer is a very light layer because these colors are super pigmented. Morphe palettes are amazing and they are so reasonably priced. Next, I'm going to take this shade Certified from the Volume 2 palette and add this to the brow bone. This color is very similar to the MAC Vanilla shade, just so that the brows look lifted. Next, I'm going to do a cut crease. I've taken the same Boiing concealer on a small brush, Boiing concealer in shade 5. Make sure the brush is really well saturated. So it gets easy to carve out. Next, I'm going to take this beautiful yellow shade from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. It's called No Joke. And I'm adding this on the lid where I added the concealer to cut the crease. Add a nice thick layer so you can see the color. Next, I'm going to take this shade Comfort Zone. This is from the Volume 2 palette and I'm adding it just where the yellow meets the brown. This shade is so pretty. It's like a nice mud orange or like a pastel orange actually. It just blends so easily. I'm again taking this brown shade from the Volume 1 palette and adding it to the outer corner, just darkening the outer corner a bit more. Next, I'm taking this beautiful pressed glitter golden shade called Tanya from the Volume 2 palette, and I'm adding it right where the yellow meets that beautiful orange shade. You can use your fingertips if you want to add this shade. I usually find it very difficult to use my fingertips because my nails are always super long, but because I'm adding it on the center of the lid, it's a bit easier to do that with my long nails. How pretty is this shade? Can you see that? I'm again using my brush just to give a bit definition on the edge over here. So pretty. Next I'm going to clean all the fallout. I'm using the Bioderma micellar water, holding it and cleaning all the fallout. There's not much, just the yellow shade a bit. And cleaning the sides and creating a crisp edge. Next I'm going to add this Niod Photography Fluid Opacity. This is like a primer and a corrector. I've been using this since a few weeks now. I don't think I can ever go back to using a regular primer. I love how this even corrects my face, especially it hides all the redness that I have on my cheeks. Just spread, don't over massage. This adds like a nice glow, and it even stops my face from getting oily, but it even hydrates my skin. For foundation, I'm going in with NARS in the shade Syracuse. I'm using the Fenty Beauty sponge to apply this all over my face and my neck, just going in bouncing motion. When I add concealer on my neck, I go in downward direction. For concealer, I'm going in with the Beneift concealer in the shade number 7. Adding this under eye. I'm adding this even on the bridge of my nose, the forehead, upper lip, the chin, corner of my lips, that's usually darker, and right under where I would add cream contouring. Again using the Fenty Beauty sponge to blend. Don't use a lot of pressure when blending. Before moving ahead, I'm going to add the Wet n Wild natural finish all over my face. Let it completely dry before adding powder. I'm going to use two different powders. This one is from the NARS face palette, this lighter shade. I'm taking a small brush and adding the shade wherever I use the concealer, which is under eye, nose, around my lips, chin, and under the contouring. Next, I'm going to take the Huda Beauty powder in banana bread, and I'm using a large fluffy brush to apply it on the rest of my face. Go in downward direction as we all have facial hair. Don't forget the neck, just go in downward direction. I'm taking the contouring from the NARS palette, adding it right above my ears and on the jawline. NARS products are so beautiful. Their powders, their foundation, their concealer biscuit and ginger are my favorite concealer colors. Next I'm adding highlight. This is the Hyper Real Glow by MAC. I'm adding the first shade from the palette. I'm adding this right above the contouring. The shade would suit any skin tone. When it comes to highlight, I prefer buying like a palette because it's almost the same price, and then I can always mix two colors and create my own fourth color. I'm adding this highlight on the bridge of my nose to make my nose look snatched. I'm adding this on the upper lip and my chin. I always love adding highlight over here to make my face look longer. For blush, I'm again going in with this NARS face palette, and I'm mixing the lighter shade and the darker shade. Smile and apply on the apple of your cheeks and blend it into the contouring. Such a nice, soft, beautiful shade. NARS blushes are also really amazing. I'm sure you must have heard of the shade Orgasm, which can suit any skin tone. So to finish the eye look, I'm first gonna take this brown shade from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette and add it to my lower lash line, all the way from the outer corner to the inner corner. You must always do your lower lash line so your eyes look wider and the makeup looks complete. I'm creating a nice thick line with this brown shade, adding it as close to the lash line as possible, just going back and forth, and make sure you join the top. Next, I'm taking the shade G Money from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette and blending out the edges of the previous shade. Again, just going back and forth. Just make sure that the previous shade is well blended. Then I'm taking this gold shade and adding it to the inner corner. Such a beautiful shade, it reminds me of Cleopatra. Next, I'm filling my waterline with the Huda Beauty eyeliner all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. I'm adding this on the top lash line too, all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. So I went ahead and added the Huda Beauty lashes. This one is in Lottie number 19. Next, I'm gonna add the Marc Jacobs mascara. As you guys know, it's my current favorite mascara. It adds so much volume, and I love the fact that the wand is tapered in the front, which makes it easy to coat the lashes all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. I added the Absolute lipstick in the shade Chai. What a pretty shade. It's matte but not like over drying matte. Next, I'm adding some Fenty Beauty gloss. This one is called Diamond Milk. Just adding on the center of my lips. To make the lips look fuller. And that's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this easy to follow tutorial where I used the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 and Volume 2 palette by Morphe. I've created many more looks using this palette. I'll list them down below. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. And before you leave, don't forget to like and comment on my post. And if you've not subscribed yet, then don't forget to press the red button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys soon in my next tutorial. Bye!